So Sherry, you have been with us for a long time.
A long time.
A long time.
5.5 years.
Oh my gosh. In the listing agent position.
Correct.
The entire time.
The entire time.
So tell me about you, where you came from and how you came here.
So I'm actually from Texas. I grew up in a small town called Port Arthur, Texas, and I've been in real estate since 2003. So a lot of my career was there in Texas, and moved to Illinois in 2014.
Okay.
And have stayed with the same company the entire time.
Okay. Now, when you got here, you actually were somewhere else for a little while?
For a split second.
Yeah.
Yes.
You were with a regional company here for a split second,
Mm-hmm.
and then you happened to see an ad.
I
Right?
actually heard an ad on the radio.
Okay.
Yes.
And you said, what the heck?
Yeah.
Because you were an individual agent in Texas.
Correct.
And then you said, well, maybe look at a team.
I did, because moving here, I didn't have a database. And I heard the ad, and it just something struck with me, because I didn't have to rebuild a database. I could really never miss a beat and hit the ground running, doing what I love to do, which is the listing side.
Right. Right. So when you were in Texas, how much of your business was listing versus buyer?
It started out more buying, and it very quickly went to, I would say, more of like a 70-30 listing.
Okay. And my business was mainly all buyer in the beginning. I mean, I think that's really how you start out,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So now you've been here 5.5 years, always on the listing side.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
What's your favorite part about handling that?
My favorite part about the business in general is just truly being able to help someone to achieve whatever goal it is that they have. If they're looking to sell, to relocate and be close to family, there's no better feeling I get than truly helping someone.
And because you've done both the buy and the listing side, what do you enjoy about the listing side as opposed to the buy side?
I would say I enjoy probably more helping. I'm trying to think of how I would put that. Probably achieving the sell and being able to help someone know what they need to do to get their home ready, the pricing of the home, so it's priced accordingly, and then it makes the whole process just very smooth. I love being able to report back feedback, and if there's challenges that can be changed to help them sell, it's just that whole process I enjoy.
Yeah. So a little something about you that people wouldn't necessarily know. What's some of your favorite things to do?
Fishing.
Little Sherry.
Fishing. That is my
Lake,
passion.
river, ocean?
Saltwater, ocean fishing.
Biggest fish you ever caught? And don't tell me a fish tail.
Oh gosh. Everywhere I go, travel, I will fish for whatever their local species is. So I've caught pretty much everything you can catch. My favorite fishing is to fish for redfish, trout, and flounder.
So you do that all down in the Gulf. That's
all down in the Gulf.
Yeah.
If I'm going to freshwater fish, I like to bass fish. And the largest bass I've ever caught is right about 7 pounds, which is pretty good size.
Fly fishing, never?
Never.
Okay.
Never.
Something you may take up or no?
It
No
doesn't
interest.
interest me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your first word?
Taco.
Because?
I love tacos.
And you have a splendid little puppy.
I do. I have a little miniature dachshund named Cooper that is my child, and he's the best. He's absolutely the best.
And you take him to baseball games.
Yeah. Take your dog to the park day. He is going to be entered into the wiener dog races. So we've been training for that.
You train for it? Oh, interesting. So what do you use then to motivate him down the...
Food.
Oh.
Food. He's
Okay.
pretty food driven.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how has your business changed since being on the team versus not being on the team?
Oh goodness, way busier. Way busier. A lot more transactions just in a year. Just seeing more scenarios of working with condos and single family homes, even multi-family homes where that was never on my radar.
Okay.
It was strictly single family homes. That's probably the biggest change.
And you've also dealt a lot with short sales.
Exactly, with short sales, that's a definite different animal for me. I kind of feel like a little bit of a short sale expert.
Right?
Yeah.
And I've always enjoyed helping them.
Yes,
You know?
I do. And I actually really enjoy helping the other agent on the other side if they're not familiar with the process. So
Yeah.
it helps the whole thing roll smoothly.
Right.
If the expectations are, if they have the right expectations.
What's been your biggest challenge as an agent?
Probably I would say balancing personal life and business.
Especially this year.
Yes, especially this year. It can be a 24/7, and it's hard to cut off. You really have to end up time blocking your own personal time, and you never think that you'd have to block your calendar to get a haircut or to spend time with your family, and you really do.
And that is one thing that I do notice that you do on your calendar, right? I mean, you really put down personal time, personal appointment, whatever it is.
Right.
But then the groceries don't end up on there necessarily.
Right. Exactly. We go 3 weeks with no groceries.
Oh, great. Oh, great.
Yeah.
So what have you averaged as far as home sales go?
Averaged as far as how many sold per year?
Yeah.
I would say an average is probably around the 65 units.
So a little over 5 a month on average.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's doable.
Very doable.
And still get to the lake once in a
Right.
while.
Right. Exactly.
What's been the biggest change in the business, would you say, in the last couple of years?
Technology.
Okay. What do you mean?
I'm not the most technology-driven person, but you really have to flow with it. So much can be, especially during COVID, with everything being online and even photography and the 3D tours and things like that. I think that's probably been the biggest change from, especially when I first got into the business.
Is it an improvement
It's definitely an improvement.
to be able to do the 3D technology, have people walk through?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Really gives an accurate indication of the property.
It does, and it cuts down on some unnecessary traffic coming through the home if it doesn't fit their needs.
Yeah. How much time do you take off a year?
Oh gosh. I would say probably, that's tough. I try to at least take at least one good weekend a month. I would like for it to be a little more, but
Especially in the summer.
yeah, especially in the summer.
Do you ice fish?
Have not.
Okay. And no desire?
No desire. I'm a little fearful of falling through.
Okay. What's the support system like on the team?
Support system with the transaction coordinators. It's changed since COVID, for sure. It's nice to have the back end that can pick up some of the slack, but I don't know. I think I don't know if you want this on video. I think it needs some improvement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you improve?
I think just more things that need to be taken off of our plates that go to the transaction coordinators, especially being on the road all the time. And I think more, it's probably a lack of knowing what to do. So I think that would be helpful.
And you cover a wide area.
Yes.
So give me an idea of like areas that you've covered.
All of Chicagoland, I feel like, but primarily more the southwest suburbs. But definitely, my husband is from here, and I've been to areas that he's never heard of. So, so I would say more of the southwest suburbs is the.
And yet you'll always pick up if something's needed.
Absolutely.
Buffalo Grove, you're happy to be there.
Absolutely.
Park City,
Yes.
you've been in, or Park Forest.
Park Forest, Dalton, Chicago, Waukegan. Yeah.
What position on the team is the most important to you to be able to do your job?
Transaction coordinator.
Even more so than the ISAs?
I would say they're pretty equally important, but I think just the first thing that comes to my mind because of the sheer volume that we're doing, transaction coordinator to me is very important.
And that's taking off after you've had the appointment?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What advice would you give to another agent?
I would give them the advice of never stop learning, always keep yourself open for further education, listen to other people that have been successful in the business. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, but you do need to always stay on top of everything, of the new things that are coming, but yet never stop learning. There's always ways you can do something better or things you can tweak into your conversations that you're having with people that can be helpful to you.
Is there an advantage to being on a team versus being a single agent?
100%, absolutely.
Knowing what you know now, because
Yes.
you've done both.
Yes, which was the whole reason that I wanted to be on the team, because it's very time consuming to get your database of people going. So the fact that the inside sales agents are taking in the calls and qualifying the appointments, that is very helpful.
Is there another step or another position that you'd like to do in real estate?
Honestly, no. I love what I do. I love being a listing agent.
And your customers love you. I mean, you've just so many 5-star reviews, and and the other thing too is that if there's an issue that you anticipate, right? You're always on the phone to say, hey, listen, I just want to let you know this, this person, this has happened. I want you informed in case there's a call so that you know what's going on.
Right.
So you're very in tune, I think, to them, to your clients, and knowing where they stand, and a lot of times you've handled the issue. It's not anything, but yet you're just always there keeping us informed of, hey, here it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think people like to hear from you, even if you don't have anything to report at the moment. They don't want to feel that they've been forgotten.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I think that's easy, right? And I think a lot of times people feel like, if I don't have good news or if I don't have some news, then why should I even call? They just want to know that that they're there.
Yes, exactly.